You know, looking back on it, how do I even put this into words? It's really hard to like get across what I want to say about this, because as I was saying towards the end of the video, in my opinion, this is one of the best finales that a game has ever had. This is a mission that it's not very often that you get a finale of a game that has choices, which also has consequences, which has a variety of different outcomes and, affecting whether or not people actually live or die, and really has been built up and hinted at throughout the entire game. At times subtly, but also at times very just kind of blunt. After all, it's called the suicide mission. And it's not exaggerating that point. This is literally a finale. It's almost like how in Dragon Age Origins, they went all out with showing how many people could live or die, including your own character. Because this is literally, a finale where everybody can die, including Shepard. Like, there's a cutscene where, everyone dies. The only one who is there to help up Shepard when they make the jump for the Normandy is Joker, who can't pull Shepard up, and so Shepard falls to their death. And Joker has to be the one to inform the Elusive Man of what happened, and, well, that's that. And as far as I know, I don't think you can actually, I think at that point you're just almost forced to redo it, because how can you just kind of carry that into the next game? It's not like how in Dragon Age you can import a save where your main character in Origins actually does die, because there's not going to be, it's like, because remember, in Dragon Age we play different protagonists in every game, so it's not like in Mass Effect where we are playing Shepard in all three of these games, Andromeda not included. But how many of you have done this where you made a mistake or you made a wrong choice and someone died because you made the wrong choice or something, and you ended up feeling responsible and you felt compelled to want to do it over again, to try and make sure you did the right choices to make sure that everybody survived? I know I did. I mentioned this earlier. The first time I went through this, I didn't get here fast enough, because I did the IFF, the abduction happened, and then I did other things. I did other side missions because I like to do everything else possible before the finale, and I did not know about this doom counter. So when I get there and they tell me everyone died except Chocolates because you didn't get here fast enough, it just hit me. And I felt like I had wanted to go back to that point and just, go straight there afterwards so that nobody died. Now, I don't recall if I actually made any wrong choices that we have to make in this about who does what for, of people dying. I don't remember if that was the case or not. But if it had, I would have immediately reloaded. I am someone who there's a term that people have. It's called save scumming, where you just save constantly all the time and you have no problems reloading. This is something that some people actually use, I think, sort of like an insult towards other people, instead of taking what is called the Iron Man approach, which is something, I guess you could say that games like XCOM kind of popularized this difference between the two, where you have save scumming, where you save a whole bunch, and if anyone dies, you reload and do it again to try and make sure nobody dies. Or you Iron Man it, where you just go with whatever happens, regardless of the consequences or how many people die, and you just live with the choices and consequences, no saving at all. You just keep going forward, regardless of what happens. And some people love that. I've never really been all that fond of it, because I'm someone who likes to make sure that everyone lives. I don't like people in my squad, crew, group, anyone dying. And yes, I know that these are, fictional, fake characters that are not real, but the feelings and choice, that we experience doing this, the feeling of knowing that this was a choice that I made and it had somebody die, and the emotions and feelings you get from that stuff is real. And that's one of the reasons why this game is so highly praised and beloved and ended up in the Smithsonian amongst games that showcase the art of video games. Because of missions like this, where the choices really do impact the player, because it is on you, the player, here making the choices that determine what happens, that will determine whether or not people live or die. And that to me is when games are able to really do that in such an excellent high level, like this game does in my opinion, that's when they really shine at their brightest. And that's why many of us to this day still consider Mass Effect 2 one of the best to ever do it, because of this mission. There are not many games that I can personally think of immediately off the top of my head that do this very well. I'm sure that plenty of other examples others can come up with, but oh my goodness, this one, I've done this many times, so I'm going to basically almost give you guys a bit of a, this is what you do, and this is how you do it, because, I know the choices to make inside and out for the suicide mission at this point. But it's also been interesting watching people, again, I'm as someone who's done this so many times, watching people who have never done before, going through this Legendary Edition, experiencing the series for the first time, going through the suicide mission for the first time, it's been a real joy. And even when they make the wrong choices and some people die, or at least one person dies or something, it's also been interesting seeing them want to go ahead and reload their save. Some have wanted to go ahead and just live with their choices, but some have wanted to actually go ahead and reload save to try and make sure that everyone did survive. It's been very interesting in that regard. So, with all that being said, let's start, in my opinion, one of the best finales the game has ever had. The suicide mission of Mass Effect 2. The Omega-4 relay is surrounded by hazard beacons and automated warnings. Over the last 1,000 years, many ships have attempted to pass through it, but none have returned. The only ones to pass freely back and forth through the relay are the mysterious collectors. There are many theories why ships never return from Omega-4. Some say there is a black hole at the far end. Others, mostly the impoverished underclass of Omega, believe there is some form of earthly paradise. Most, however, simply think that the collectors capture or destroy those passing through the relay. Now, before we actually go through, we're actually going to have a little bit of a downtime, just like we did before Ilos, and get to have a moment with someone special. Now, in this run, that didn't happen because we got rid of Caden, but we're finally going to get to have that moment, that time with Garrus.
Please confirm destination, Shepard. The Reaper IFF is online, but there is a chance that the Normandy may not survive the Omega-4 relay. Once we are en route, we are committed.
The collectors took my people. Time to go get them back.
You got it, Commander. Plotting a course for the Omega-4 relay. ETA about 2 hours. I'll let you know when we arrive.
Hey, I brought wine. Best I could afford on a vigilante salary.
Look at him wanting to try so hard to make sure this goes well.
If you were a Turian, I'd be complimenting your waist or your fringe, so Your, hair looks good, and your waist is very supportive.
This is so relatable, trying to figure out the right things to say.
Offensive in human culture. Crap. I knew I should have watched the vids.
Whoa, consider me seduced, smooth talker. Now shut up and stop worrying.
I've seen so many things go wrong, Shepard. My work at CSEC, what happened with Sidonis. I want something to go right. Just once. Just...
Poor Garrus. Very sweet, very cute, very adorable.
Shepard, I wish I had more information for you. I don't like you heading through that relay blind, but we don't have much choice.
I do like that in this segment here that the Elusive Man seems to show concern, saying, I don't like sending you through that relay blind. I wish we had more information for you. Yeah, we know he has an ulterior motive that's going on, but I do like that he sounds like he's like, I wish I could give you more information to let you know what you're going up against, because he doesn't want us to fail. He wants us to succeed, obviously for his own, own reasons. Like I said, ulterior motive, but at least there is still that kind of like, he's like, I don't care, or there's none of that, It's just something else I like that helps make the Elusive Man more of a complex, nuanced, interesting character.
I'm not going alone. I've got some of the best working with me. If we stick together, we'll make it.
I knew we brought you back for a reason. I've never seen a better leader. Despite the danger, it's a great opportunity. The first human to take a ship through and survive.
I got room on the Normandy if you're that eager to see it.
It's a tempting offer, but it's not my place. I just wanted you to know I appreciate the risk you're taking. Regardless of your opinion of Cerberus, of me, you are a valuable asset to all of humanity. Be careful, Shepard.
Approaching Omega-4 relay. Everyone stand by.
Let's make it happen.
Reaper IFF activated. Signal acknowledged.
Commander, the drive core just lit up like a Christmas tree.
Drive core electrical charge at critical levels.
Rerouting.
And it's also time for one of the best tracks of music ever.
Brace for deceleration.
Oh, shit! Too close. Well, these must be all the ships that tried to make it through the Omega-4 relay. Some look ancient.
I have detected an energy signature near the edge of the accretion disk.
Has to be a collector base. Take us in for a closer look. Nice and easy.
Careful, Jeff. We have company.
Taking evasive maneuvers. Now they're just pissing me off. Edie, take these bastards out!
As long as the new plating holds.
They want another round? Come on, girl, let's give it to them.
Alert. Hull breach on engineering deck.
It's in the cargo hold.
I'll take a team and deal with the intruder. You get the rest of them off our tail.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Alright, let's take Grunt. And Zaid.
Got it. They've got heavy. We need to...
We're sitting ducks out here. I have to try to lose them in the debris field.
Our kinetic barriers are not designed to survive impact with debris that size, Shepard.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we upgraded. We're going in. Come on, find some room.
Kinetic barriers at 40%.
Reroute non-critical power. This is gonna hurt. Damage report.
Kinetic barriers steady at 30%. No significant damage.
Take the helm, Edie, and keep it slow. See if we can avoid any more attention.
I have detected an enemy heading for the cargo hold.
That thing again. This one's up to Shepard.
To the right! We need some heavy weapons to take this thing down. Dead for sure this time.
Better get back up here, Commander.
We're about to clear the debris field.
There it is. The collector base. See if you can find a place to land without drawing attention.
Too late. Looks like they're sending out an old friend to greet us.
Time to show our new teeth. Fire the main gun.
How do you like that, you sons of bitches?
Get in close and finish them off.
Everybody hold on, gonna be a wild ride! Give him hell, girl.
Look out!
shield generators are offline. Edie, give me something!
Generators unresponsive. All hands brace for impact.
Joker, you okay?
I think I broke a rib. Or all of them.
Multiple core systems overloaded during the crash. Restoring operation will take time.
We all knew this was likely a one-way trip.
Our primary objective is to destroy the station and stop the collectors at any cost.
Well, then we're off to a good start. What's next?
How long until the collectors find this landing zone?
I do not detect an internal security network. It is possible the collectors do not expect anyone to reach the base.
Well, if we're lucky, their external sensors were hid like we were. They might not know we're alive.
This isn't how we planned this mission, but this is where we're at. We can't worry about whether the Normandy can get us home. We came to stop the collectors, and that means coming up with a plan to take out this station. Edie, bring up your scans.
You should be able to overload their critical systems if you get to the main control center here.
That means going through the heart of the station, right past this massive energy signature.
That's the central chamber. If our crew or any of the colonists are still alive, the collectors are probably holding them in there.
Looks like there are two main routes. Might be a good idea to split up to keep the collectors off balance, then regroup in the central chamber.
No good. Both routes are blocked. See these doors? The only way past is to get someone to open them from the other side.
It's not a fortress. There's got to be something. Here, maybe we can send someone in through this ventilation shaft.
Practically a suicide mission. I volunteer.
I appreciate the thought, Jacob, but you couldn't shut down the security systems in time. We need to send a tech expert.
It's your call, Commander. Who do we send into the shaft?
And here is where we start getting the choices for this mission that can result in people surviving or people dying. When it comes to this one right here, specialist selection, tech specialist, there's only 3 choices here. Now, before the DLCs came out, the base game, there was just 2, which was Tally and Legion. And I like how it gives little descriptions here to give you an idea of whether or not it's telling you about the tech experts. Revered as a mechanical genius, even among the advanced engineers of the Quarians, she's most effective when faced with technical problems that can be solved with the application of intelligence rather than brute force. I do like they try to give other explanations to give you a legit reason as to why you would choose someone like Morden, a brilliant scientist, researcher, and inventor. Although his knowledge is extensive on a variety of subjects, his true genius is for all matters biological. Here it's trying to discourage you. Thane, unrivaled assassin, feared, uncanny skill, and unmatched experience. Master small arms, combat, and biotics. He's versatile and can adapt to any given situation, but that doesn't mean he's a tech expert. Kasumi, however, infiltration specialist, and as we saw, she prefers to expertly bypass the defenses of the next mark without firing a shot, so she's also a tech expert. So she's the third extra choice you can make here via the DLC, because as we saw in her loyalty mission, she is also very, very good when it comes to dealing with tech. Garrus, he knows a little bit, but he's not an expert. So like I said, and then you got Legion, utterly fearless and proficient in combat. It possesses the collective memory of the entire Geth and has the unmatched technical expertise of a sentient machine that can be used with calculated proficiency. So when it comes to being able to actually do tech, your only choices here are Legion, Kasumi, or Tally. You choose anyone else here, they are going to die. Just to make that very clear. This time we're going to go ahead and choose our good friend Tally.
We need someone with tech skills to hack that security system. Tally, you're up.
I won't let you down.
The rest of us will break into 2 teams and fight down each passage. That should draw the collector's attention away from what you're doing.
I'll lead the second fire team, Shepard. We'll meet up with you on the other side of the doors.
Not so fast, cheerleader. Nobody wants to take orders from you.
This isn't a popularity contest. Lives are at stake. Shepard, you need someone who can command loyalty through experience.
So, as before, they try to also give you little descriptions here. Zaid, an ex-military and one of the galaxy's most famous bounty hunters. A veteran of decades of waging war for profit, he's determined, skilled, and deadly on the battlefield. But that doesn't mean he was actually a leader amongst the Blue Suns. He was one of the founders and such, but he hasn't exactly been what you would say a leader. And you can't really include Grunt in there. Not really the case with Samara, because she's been more of a loner than a team player. You know, again, they try to kind of give you someone's, you know, some little descriptions and such here for everyone that you could choose. However, the only three viable choices here are Jacob, Miranda, and Garrus. Now, let's talk a little bit about the way I've been kind of building and playing this Shepard in terms of how she thinks and feels. She understands, and because she already went through this with Ashley, she is determined to get through this mission without anybody dying. It was hard enough on her, not Ashley, Caden. It was hard enough on her to have to leave Caden behind to die, and she put that squarely on herself, and owns and still carries that with her, and she always will. She blames herself for Caden dying, and she always will. And she is also determined to not let that happen to anyone in her squad, or as she sees it, her family, ever again. Because, well, as I've tried to make it clear, the more time Shepard spends with these people, the more she brings them into the fold as part of her family, you know. And we're going to see this culminate in the Citadel DLC, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The point I'm trying to make here is that she is determined to not have any of the people in this room end up dying like Caden did. And she's thinking about this as well as she's considering having Garrus lead the second team, because she also wants to have Garrus at her side to help make sure that he's going to be okay. But at the same time, she knows that if she needs someone else to lead a squad, she knows that he is just as capable. Even though something went bad with that squad he was leading, he was still leading that squad at Omega. So he does have that experience as a leader, leading a squad, and they were very good under Garrus's leadership. They just happened to be betrayed. But besides that, they were doing very well under Garrus's leadership, and that's important. So, as much as she wants to have Garrus at her side, she entrusts him to lead another team in this situation.
Garrus, you're in charge of the second team.
Well, at least he knows what he's doing.
Plus, this can help him going forward when it comes to situations later on in the third game, but again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Now it's time for an epic speech.
I don't know what we're gonna find in there, but I won't lie to you. It's not gonna be easy. We've lost good people. We may lose more.
Gosh, I love this track. The suicide mission track is so good.
We don't know how many the collectors have stolen. Thousands, hundreds of thousands. It's not important. What matters is this. Not one more. That's what we can do here today. It ends with us. They want to know what we're made of? I say we show them, on our terms. Let's bring our people home.
So, I obviously can't take Tally and Garrus with me since he's leading the other squad. So then the question becomes, who do I take with me in this initial, like, hey, let's get through here as fast as we can? Well, let's go ahead and take Thane with us to help us kind of barrel through this upcoming squad here. In fact, let's also take Grunt. Actually, you know what? No. Let's take Thane and I'm going back and forth between Grunt and Zaid. And let's go with Grunt. There, that shredder ammo should really help dealing with the collectors.
Second team, are you in position?
In position. Meet you on the other side of those doors.
I mean, if there's any two people here that she trusts more than anyone, it's Tali and Karis.
We've been spotted.
Garrus here. We're taking heavy fire, but we're moving forward.
Shepard, reinforcements coming towards us.
Yep.
I'll weaken them.
You can see Tali right there.
By the ventilation shaft. That valve should open the gate. At your side. Right.
Come on, Grunt.
The gate is open. Moving forward.
Ammo cure revealed.
Can't reach the target.
Feel the blood rain.
And you'll notice the longer it takes, the more she's in danger of actually, like, getting burnt alive in there. So there's a legit concern that if you're not fast enough getting through the collectors here, that Tali could actually die in there because of, well, like I said, the immense heat that's in those valves.
This form is irrelevant.
Looks like another one. All clear. Moving on.
Halfway through.
Count on you, Shepard. I'll let you know if I need any more help.
Too late to run. Alcazar.
Can't get a lock!
That's right, Thane. Provide us with the long-range sniper fire.
Assuming control.
Hi, Harbinger.
Neutralize Commander Shepard.
I'm locked in. You need to find another valve out there.
We are your genetic destiny.
The gate is open. Moving forward. Nice work, Shepard. Continuing
It's coming towards us.
Moving on. Should be near the end.
Right on your ass.
Come in!
Look out! Seeker swarm!
We're in position. We need this door open now.
Go, we'll cover you.
And of course, Garrus and Tally trust each other implicitly.
Stop it! Here they come! Fall back!
Suppressing fire! Don't let anyone through that door!
Nice work, Tally. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Shepard, you need to see this.
Now for the really gross, horrifying, disgusting part. The first time I saw this, it really grossed me out. And just bothered me, like the visual of what you guys are about to see. You know, discretion, just a heads up. If you haven't seen this before, it gets a little disturbing.
Looks like one of the missing colonists.
If you didn't come here fast enough, that would be Kelly. Keep that in mind for what you were about to see.
Over here.
God. She's still alive! Get them out of there! Hurry! Dr. Chakwas, are you okay?
Shepard, you came for us.
So, yeah. Like I said, if you didn't come here fast enough, that colonist that we just saw, who melted, just, like I said, the first time I saw that, I was just really bothered by that sight. The visual of her skin just kind of starting to look like it was getting so hot in there that she was literally starting to melt, and then the way those pods were designed to try and literally melt them and then process them and pump them through the tubes up above us, just yeah. And again, like I said, if you don't come here fast enough, that actually ends up being Kelly in there. Kelly Chambers. So that has been the fate. What we just saw happen to that colonist, that has been the fate of all the people who have been getting abducted, and that would have been the fate of our entire crew. Just think about that.
No one gets left behind.
Thank God you got here in time. A few more seconds and I don't even want to think about it.
The colonists were processed. Those swarms of little robots, they melted their bodies into grey liquid and pumped it through these tubes.
Hundreds of thousands of people. Think about that. Like I said, what this game does with off-camera implications when it comes to its horror and the dark, how dark this game can get. Like, it doesn't have to, it did kind of show that just now, but it hasn't really had to. It just is letting you know that is what happened, and then you start just let your mind go to work and just realize how horrifying that is. Like, this realization of what has been happening, this has been going on for the past 2 years, and the listener told us, hundreds of thousands of people have been getting abducted and having this fate put upon them.
Why are they doing this? What are they doing with our genetic material?
I don't know. I'm just glad you got here before it happened to us.
So are we. But we still have a job to do. We've done well so far. Let's hope we can finish the job.
Joker, can you get a fix on our position?
Roger that, Commander. All those two...
I love this shot of the entire group.
The route is blocked by a security door, but there's another chamber that runs parallel to the one you're in.
I cannot recommend that. Thermal emissions suggest the chamber is overrun with seeker swarms. Morden's countermeasure cannot protect you against so many at once.
What about biotics? Could we create a biotic field to keep them from getting near us?
Yes, I think it may be possible. I wouldn't be able to protect everyone, but we might be able to get a small team through if they stayed close.
I could do it too. In theory, any biotic could handle it. Shepard, who do you want to maintain the field?
So, now it's trying to get more specific here as a biotic specialist, and technically every person in this group here has biotics. He is a disciplined biotic of considerable power. Again, the descriptions are trying to help give you an idea of whether or not they are decent enough biotics to fit this right here. Formidable biotic and superior soldier. Thane, hand-to-hand combat master at small arms, hand-to-hand, and biotics. But not really that kind of master. Not like these two, which are the only legitimate choices here. That doesn't result in someone dying. Samara and Jack are the only ones. One of the honored and feared Asari Justicars, her incredible biotic powers have been honed into a devastating weapon by a fanatical adherence to a strict code of justice and the immense wisdom that comes with centuries of experience. Regarded as one of the most dangerous criminals in the galaxy, her capacity for violence is matched only by her iron will and obsessive resolve to destroy her enemies. She was subjected to experimental drugs and illegal medical procedures as a child to enhance her already prodigious biotic talents. I'm going with Jack on this one because, as we have seen, Jack is a powerhouse when it comes to biotics. Plus, she's going to reference this later when we choose her for this later on when we get to the next game. But yeah, like, I know Samara is really, really strong, but we have seen Jack just, at times, just go to town with her biotics, and it has been really impressive.
Jack and I will take a small team through the Seeker Swarms. The rest of you provide a diversion by going through the main passage. We'll open the security doors from the other side and meet you there.
Who should lead the diversion team?
So, once again, a leader, as I said, Garrus, Jack, and Garrus, Jacob, and Miranda are the only choices here. This time, we're going to go ahead and have Miranda lead the next squad, as now we're going to showcase the trust that we have in her.
I'll keep the defenders busy while you slip in the back.
What about me and the rest of the crew, Shepard? We're in no shape to fight.
Commander, we have enough systems back online to do a pickup, but we need to land back from your position.
We can't afford to go back, Shepard. Not now.
You'll never make it without help. I'll send someone with you.
So, now we can just send anybody. There's really no one specific. You can literally send anyone, and that's all that really matters. The only thing that, to me, is a defining little thing here when it comes to choosing who you pick here is that there is a statistic on who is most likely to die in this mission and who's most likely to survive. You can actually look at a different chart and see who statistically has the least likely chance to actually survive the suicide mission. Out of everybody on this roster, Morden has the lowest percentage chance of actually surviving the mission. So this is when I choose Morden to get out of here, one, so that he survives, because, like I said, we just have to send somebody and they will make it back. The crew and the person we send them with back to the Normandy, and it'll be fine. So that way Morden survives. Plus, in my mind, logically, we should send Morden because he's a doctor. if we're going to be sending him with these people who just went through a very traumatic experience, who could also still be hurt or may need help getting to the Normandy, we have a doctor right here in Morden who could be able to help them out. Plus, he's able to help get through collective, some forces on the way, just kind of help escort them. So yeah, we're sending Morden.
Joker, need location of landing zone. We'll meet you there.
We've all got our assignments. Let's move out.
All right. So now, this time, let's actually go ahead and, I guess, take Samara with us in our group. We have Jack, but we're going to go ahead and take Samara anyway. But, let's see, who else to take here? It doesn't really matter, honestly. Actually, you know what? No. No, no. So yeah, now we'll go ahead and bring Garrus with us.
Moving out. Stay close if you want to.
Hold on. Okay. Here we go. All right.
Swarms are interfering with radio contact. You ready for this?
Let's go, Commander! Incoming!
Assuming control of this form.
Hey, Harbinger.
Acquiring target.
The forces of the universe bend.
Your life is mine. I can't fight back like this. Tell me when you're ready to move.
My attacks will tear you apart.
Samara.
You're assuming control. I will direct this personally. This hurts you.
All clear. Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander. Ready to move, Commander.
Change weapons.
You two can fall a little better than that.
Hostiles! Dead ahead! They're all down. I'll be here. Let me know when you want to move.
Assuming control. If I must tear you apart, Shepard, I will. You will know pain, Shepard.
Get through my
Impact shot!
I will direct this personally. Releasing control of this form.
All clear. Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander. Let's go!
You got this, Jack. You can do this.
Enemy down!
Could be a real firefight. I'll hold this position until you're ready to move out.
Oh no, Scions!
Shepard, you're hitting me!
I'll take the shot.
Ah! Oh! Woo! Oh, it got a little scary there.
Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander.
Oh. Okay, okay.
Moving out, Commander.
Now let's finish you off.
Come on, Jack.
Trying to hold on. I can see the entrance. Need to get there soon.
Hold on. We're almost there.
We need to get out of here, Shepard.
All right, let's move. Pushing. Keep it up.
Hurry, Shepard!
Nice job, Jack.
Shepard, do you copy?
I copy. What's your position?
We're at the door. They've got us pinned down.
We're coming. Just hold on. Get this door open. Come on. Seal the door.
I'm ready for action, Commander.
Joker, are you at the rendezvous point?
I'm here, Commander. Chakwas and the rest of the crew just showed up.
Morton's group just arrived, Shepard. No casualties.
Excellent. Now let's make it count. Edie, what's our next step?
There should be some nearby platforms that will take you to the main control console. From there, you can overload the system and destroy the base.
Commander, you got a problem. Hostiles massing just outside the door. Won't be long till I bust through.
A rear guard could defend this position and keep the collectors from overwhelming us.
Pick a team to go with you, Shepard. Everyone else can bunker down here and cover your back.
So, it doesn't necessarily matter here who you bring, except for that percentage of who's likely to survive or not, as I mentioned before. Now, normally I would want to, at this point, say we're taking Garrus and Tali, because Garrus and Tali. And we're still taking Garrus. However, I should also note, though, that if you take some heavy hitters, like if you take Grunt with you, he won't be able to stay here to help out the rest of the squad, hold them back. However, we're also going to take Miranda, and there's an obvious story reason for that, for those of you who do know why I'm taking Miranda with me. And I want to show that off, because I think it's a really nice moment that helps culminate after all we've been through in this game.
I'm ready, Commander.
Same here.
Anything to say before we do this?
The Collectors, the Reapers, they aren't a threat to us. They're a threat to everything, everyone. Those are the lives we're fighting for. That's the scale. It's been a long journey, and no one's coming out without scars. But it all comes down to this moment. We win or lose it all in the next few minutes. Make me proud. Make yourselves proud.
Well said. Let's go finish this.
Did I mention Shepard is good at giving awesome speeches? Hey, we hit level 30. Gosh, I love this music.
Enemies incoming!
We've been spotted. Change weapons! Can't reach the target.
You got it.
With you.
There we go.
Hello, Harbinger.
Can't target them!
Assuming control. We are the harbinger of your destiny.
Enemies incoming!
I will direct this personally. Nothing stands against us. Continue. I know you feel this.
Notice how Harbinger just loves to taunt us.
You cannot resist. You're assuming control.
This should slow him down.
That didn't really work the way I wanted it to. Oh no, Scions.
Affirmative.
You bet.
Shield could fail.
Firing down.
And that is why I hate Scions. Gosh! Now we gotta do that whole segment all over again.
Enemies incoming!
Ugh.
Look out! Felt that!
And again, this is on the easiest difficulty. Imagine how hard
Can't get a lock.
that hits on higher difficulties. It hurts. We have all the shield and health upgrades, and it is still taking us down.
Can't reach the target.
Assuming control.
It's stable.
I will direct this personally.
There we go! Enemies incoming!
Assuming direct
Heavy
control.
weapons.
This should slow him down.
I know this. Face your annihilation. Continue. Continue.
Firing a high impact shot.
Here they come. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my distance this time.
Enemy down! Enemy down!
Concussive shot ready.
Found that one!
They threw my shield.
Hey.
Now let's finish you off!
Okay.
With you.
On my way.
This is it. All the tubes lead to this spot. Edie, what can you tell us? What are they doing?
The tubes are feeding into some kind of superstructure. It is emitting both organic and non-organic energy signatures. Given these readings, it must be massive. Shepard, if my calculations are correct, the superstructure is a Reaper.
Not just any Reaper. A human Reaper.
Precisely. It appears the collectors have processed tens of thousands of humans. Significantly more will be required to complete the Reaper.
How many more humans do you think they'd try to take?
Millions. Perhaps more. Impossible to know for certain. This Reaper appears to be in a very early stage of development. An embryo in human terms.
So it's not alive yet. We can still stop it from being created?
The process can be stopped, but it is unclear exactly how much it has developed. I cannot, for example, tell you if it has awareness.
What do the collectors gain by turning humans into this Reaper shell?
They may be facilitating the Reaper equivalent of reproduction, or it may serve another purpose. I do not have the data to speculate further. However, it is clear that the collectors are merely pawns. The technology and ability needed to create this Reaper is not their own. It is likely that different species construct each Reaper. In this case, the collectors provide the labor.
What's interesting about that is that, well, we're gonna see something at the end of this after we do the mission, the cutscene that plays before the credits play, that kind of helps kind of support what Edie just said. But then we're gonna get to the third game where all the Reapers basically look exactly the same, like Sovereign did, which kind of contradicts that. But then again, there's, well, we may have to save that discussion for when we get to Mass Effect 3, because, oh boy, there's a lot to talk about when we get there. But, yeah. I'll comment on this when we get to that cutscene and while the credits play. But just kind of remember what E just said. Keep that in the back of your mind for later.
The Collectors are just Protheans. Why would they help the Reapers?
The Reapers subdued the Protheans long ago. Probabilities suggest they attempted to create a Prothean Reaper and failed. Over time, they adapted the Protheans to suit their needs, changed them, turned them into workers, tools for the Reapers.
They're building it to look like a human. Why?
It appears that a Reaper's shape is based upon the species used to create it.
Reapers are machines. Why do they need humans at all?
Incorrect. Reapers are sapient constructs, a hybrid of organic and inorganic material. The exact construction methods are unclear, but it seems probable that the Reapers absorb the essence of a species, utilizing it in their reproduction process.
This thing is an abomination. Edie, how do we destroy it?
The large tubes injecting the fluid are a weak structural link. Destroying them should cause the supports to collapse, and the Reaper to fall.
Give us a minute, Edie. We gotta take care of some old friends first.
Enemies incoming! Trouble ahead! Here we go!
My shields are down.
This form is irrelevant.
Shoot the injection tubes!
Then stay down.
I just love seeing him ragdoll off the surface.
Shoot the tube!
Enemies in front!
Assume control of this form. We are assuming control.
Here we go! Shoot the injection tubes!
Shoot the...
Shepard to ground team. Status report.
It's safe. We are holding, but they keep coming. A quick exit is preferable.
Head to the Normandy. Joker, prep the engines. I'm about to overload this place and blow it sky high.
Roger that, Commander. Commander, I've got an incoming signal from the Elusive Man. Edie's patching it through.
Shepard, you've done the impossible.
I still have to destroy the base.
Not necessary. I have a better option. I'm looking at the schematics Edie uploaded. A timed radiation pulse would kill the remaining collectors, but leave the machinery and technology intact. This is our chance, Shepard. They were building a Reaper. That knowledge, that framework could save us.
They liquefied people. Turn them into something horrible. We have to destroy the base.
Don't be short-sighted. Our best chance against the Reapers is to turn their own resources against them.
I'm not so sure. Seeing it firsthand, using anything from this base seems like a betrayal.
If we ignore this opportunity, that would be a betrayal. They were working directly with the collectors. Who knows what information is buried there? This base is a gift. We can't just destroy it.
You're completely ruthless. The next thing I know, you'll be wanting to grow your own Reaper.
My goal is to save humanity from the Reapers, at any cost. I've never hidden that from you. Imagine how many lives could be saved if we keep this base intact and use its knowledge to thwart the Reapers. Imagine the lives that will be lost if we don't.
No matter what kind of technology we might find, it's not worth it.
Shepard, you died fighting for what you believed. I brought you back so you could keep fighting. Some would say what we did to you was going too far, but look what you've accomplished. I didn't discard you because I knew your value. Don't be so quick to discard this facility. Think of the potential.
So, little tidbit. I know we're jumping ahead to Mass Effect 3 again. You actually get more war assets for keeping the base and giving it to Cerberus than you do by destroying it. Yeah. So, it almost incentivizes you quite a bit to go ahead and keep it, you know? It's one of those like, hey, you know, but again, it's that whole, you know, do you hold on to what you believe is right and your morals and such instead of going for the other, possibly more profitable solution, more beneficial, because you stayed true to what you believed, you know? At least that's kind of what I think BioWare was going for here with this kind of choice or dilemma going forward here, from here into Mass Effect 3 and such. But, I mean, there's a couple of things in there where he has actually tried to make it clear that, like him saying, my goal has always been to save humanity from the Reapers. I've never hidden that from you. And he's right. He's been upfront with us about those things right from the get-go. Now, of course, he hasn't said this was his goal to us before. Like I said, this was his ulterior motive. But, yeah. Now, pay attention to what happens here, because this is why I brought Miranda with us here. Because watch what happens after I choose the top option and what happens between him and Miranda, because otherwise this wouldn't happen if she wasn't here.
We'll fight and win without it. I won't let fear compromise who I am.
Miranda, do not let Shepard destroy the base.
Or what? You'll replace me next?
I gave you an order, Miranda.
I noticed. Consider this my resignation.
Shepard, think about what's at stake, about everything Cerberus has done for you.
Let's move. We got 10 minutes before the reactor overloads and blows this whole station apart.
And how unfortunate that when we start the timer, that thing comes back.
Understood.
So yeah, of course we have to shoot those big glowing eyes. Probably gonna have to switch to the collector rifle.
Watch it.
Miranda!
Come on! This should punch through their armor.
You can also attack the core area right there, but as you can see, there's a good chunk of the time where it's just kind of hidden, so you're better off just kind of trying to attack the eyes. And you'll have that there trying to block your shot of his eyes. It is kind of a bare bones fight here when you think about it, but, you know. Oh, and I believe he also destroys the platforms on the side, so you're also having to basically, you know, beat a timer here.
here, Joker. Did the ground team make it?
All survivors on board. We're just waiting for you.
Human, you've changed nothing. Your species has the attention of those infinitely or greater. That which you know as Reapers are your salvation through destruction.
Gist of it, Edie. Hold on!
And then one last twist.
You have failed. We will find another way. Releasing control.
It was a Reaper controlling him the whole time. We'll be hearing from Harbinger again later. Again, that music just fit that so beautifully. There's a reason remixes have been made about the Suicide Mission track.
Shepard, you're making a habit of costing me more than time and money.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Too many lives were lost at that base. I'm not sorry it's gone.
The first of many lives. The technology from that base could have secured human dominance in the galaxy against the Reapers and beyond.
Human dominance? Or just Cerberus?
Strength for Cerberus is strength for every human. Cerberus is humanity. I should have known you'd choke on the hard decisions. Too idealistic from the start.
I'm not looking for your approval. Harbinger's coming and he won't be alone. Humanity needs a leader who's looking out for them. From now on, I'm doing things my way, whether you agree or not.
Don't turn your back on me, Shepard. I made you. I brought you back from the dead.
And I'm gonna do exactly what you brought me back to do. I'm gonna win this war, and I'll do it without sacrificing the soul of our species.
I love that little smirk she gives there. Now, coming up is a shot that to this day gives me chills. And it's probably going to happen again. We'll be hearing from Tim again later. But yeah, if you want to really give one last shot to really help give chills to the viewer of what is coming down the line, what we're about to see here before the credits roll, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to do that. Remember what Sovereign told us back on Vermeer? That their numbers would darken the sky of every world? Yep, they're the chills. Woo! I think I may have had some goosebumps there as well. Every time I see that shot right there, the Reapers emerging from dark space with Harbinger, and you can tell it's him. It's the same model, the same eyes, but then you see all the other just slowly start to come into the shot there. Just watch that shot in slow motion and watch how just like the number of them that get revealed just increases frame by frame, and it's just chilling because it like I said, it takes us back to what Sovereign said back in the first game, where he said their numbers would darken the sky of every world, and he wasn't exaggerating, he wasn't kidding, he was being literal. Another really cool thing about that shot is that when you look at the different Reaper models there, a lot of them look different. They don't look like Sovereign. They all look different. Even Harbinger looks different. Now, there are some variations. They don't look drastically different like the human Reaper that we just fought. But the point was, as Edie was saying, that it was possible that every Reaper was made from the collective material or such from various different species that they have been harvesting throughout the thousands and thousands of years that they have been doing this. So that was a really cool, I love that shot so much. There's the little, it's very fast, it's very quick, but there are just a few things about that shot that I just absolutely love to this day. And the music for that moment as well. Just listen to the way that music just helps emphasize that moment of, here they come, they are on their way now. Remember when Harbinger let them, the head of the collectors there know, he said, "You have failed, we will find another way." To me, that's Harbinger. For those of you who have been following the MCU, that's like at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron, the mid-credit scene where we see the gauntlet, and then Thanos walks into the room. Thanos puts the gauntlet on and he says, "Fine, I'll do it myself." That's what I think Harbinger is saying right now. He's like, alright, fine, we'll do it ourselves. We had the collectors doing it for us, they failed. It's time for us to do it ourselves. And that's what had them now emerge from dark space and make their way to the galaxy. And gosh, like I said, I love this Suicide Mission track, and I'm not the only one. I'm telling you, look up all the different remixes and such of this track. This is one of the more popular tracks in, over, the past decade that I've seen. So many people love this track called The Suicide Mission. I listen to it sometimes, just like when I'm driving. It's just such a good piece of music. But can you guys see why a lot of people absolutely love the Suicide Mission when it comes to an epic finale and final mission of a game and a story that you've been building throughout? And I did the run I showed you guys where you can do that run and nobody dies. As long as you have gotten all the ship upgrades, as long as you have done everybody's loyalty mission, because if you haven't done the loyalty missions, some of them will die. Because some of them will be distracted or they won't have the will to make it through and survive. Doing those missions gives them the, determination to make it through that mission. So, yeah. Just really, really awesome. I still love it to this day. Going through it all these years later, still just as fun. Except for those Scions. Oh my gosh, I hate those Scions so much. But other than that, oh man, love it so much. That's that whole finale, from going through the relay to that final shot of the Reapers, just mwah, so good. Love it so much. Now, normally if things had and then here's this other piece of this other track here is the Elusive Man music, which I still love as well. Let's go ahead and exit the credits. You have stopped the Collectors from creating a human Reaper. You now have two choices. Continue playing this game, complete unfinished missions, develop relationships, play downloaded content, explore the galaxy, or import Shepard. Start a new game with this character at current level with your current weapons, as well as bonus starting credits and resources. We are, of course, going to continue because we still have one DLC left to do. And I love that it puts us right back in our cabin, so we can immediately feed the fish. By the way, there's the Shadow Broker ship model right there. Hey, squeakers. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. When we return, we'll be doing our rounds to hear everyone react to the suicide mission and us surviving it before we start prepping for the arrival. Stay tuned.